Hello everybody, I'm Technovoid. Today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Unite again, because frankly, it's a game I'm incredibly excited for and want to talk about more. However, as I mentioned in the beginner's guide video, I feel like it would be disingenuous of me to talk about anything regarding meta or game balance, given that the game isn't even out yet and anything could change between now and the full release. So, what other topics are there? Oh, I know, I could become one of those Poketubers that makes a full 10-minute video on every fake leak that shows up on Twitter. Yeah, let's do that. Jokes aside, one of the most exciting aspects of Unite is the sheer wealth of opportunity Timmy Studios has for the roster. Over 400 different Pokemon lines would be viable options as new characters based on the precedent set by the base game. These are monsters many of us have grown up with and come to have a lot of memories with, and frankly, Pokemon's designs are good enough that they've been able to carry the series through a number of bad business decisions that would have ended many other franchises. So thinking about whether your favorite Mon could be added is a really exciting concept, especially since Timmy's already shown that they aren't going to shy away from stranger picks like Crustle or Cramorant. This type of hype and wealth of opportunity is therefore gonna start that rumor mill a churnin', as everyone wants a piece of that internet notoriety pie. So today we're talking Pokemon Unite leaks. Who's confirmed, who's likely, and who's having a bit too much fun on the net. Seriously though, all jokes aside, this is for fun and hype. I've done my best to trace back each of these leaks to their original sources for the sake of providing accurate information to viewers. Whether or not these leaks are accurate or fake, regardless of how you feel about the people involved, there is absolutely no excuse for harassing people online. I hope this video helps you decide for yourself what's worth believing and what isn't, but, and I hate that I have to say this, but I do not target any of these leakers for putting up rumors that don't seem legitimate. So, first things first, let's get the base game's roster out of the way for anyone who isn't entirely clear on who is and isn't playable from the get-go. Pokemon Unite is starting with 19 characters: Pikachu, Charizard, Snorlax, Crustle, Greninja, Eldegoss, Talonflame, Lucario, Venusaur, Mr. Mime, Slowbro, Absol, Machamp, Wigglytuff, Alolan Ninetales, Cramorant, Gengar, Garchomp, and Cinderace. These characters are 100% confirmed to be in the game and will be at launch. Beyond that, another 2 characters have been officially revealed to be added post-launch: Blastoise and Gardevoir. Both these characters have been available to play in previous betas, but it's unclear if they will change at all prior to launch, given that a bit more time is being taken to work on them. Now we're moving into the leaks. Nothing beyond this point in the video is officially confirmed, so take it all with a grain of salt. That being said, let's talk about the characters that have a pretty good leak supporting their inclusion. The first of these is Zerora, a character who we have a few pictures of from the Chinese beta. Alongside these images, we have a pretty believable data mine regarding Zerora's abilities, as seen here, as well as some more in-game data from the Japanese stress test suggesting Zeraora will be included. As far as leaks go, this is basically the most reliable of the bunch, so it'd be a safe bet to expect Zeraora to hit Eos Island in the near future, unless it was for some reason cut prematurely. Next up, you may have seen another familiar face in that previous image. That's right, Blissey is the next leak. Unlike Zeraora, Blissey doesn't seem to have a mineable model yet, but it also appears in a leak from the Japanese stress test, so it seems to be a likely candidate as well. Chansey, on the other hand, does have a model, and a few other in-game graphics showing Blissey have been seen. Blissey's moveset has had Icons data mined for it, with Pound, Egg Bomb, and Helping Hand for one move, and Heal Pulse, Soft Boiled, and Safeguard for the other. Blissey still seems to be a good way out from release, so this information could always change. If this is legitimate though, it will be nice to have another healer besides Eldegoss available. On the note of giant pink tanky bastards though, there is some potentially sad news for Clefable fans. While Clefable was seen as playable during the original reveal, it seems to have been cut, potentially in favor of Wigglytuff. Neither hide nor hair of Clefable have been seen in any of the beta tests, so right now it seems like the Master of Wish Teleport won't be seeing a full release at this time. Now we're entering the realm of primarily text-based leaks. The leaks in this segment have varying levels of evidence, but overall they are a lot more touch and go than the things we've talked about so far, so please take everything from here on out with immense amounts of salt, which shouldn't be too hard for us MOBA players. First off, we have Sylveon. Sylveon has a mined moveset from the Chinese beta including Swift, Psyshock, Hyper Voice, Attract, Draining Kiss, and Fairy Wind. Joe Merrick, better known as Cerebi, has also confirmed that there is evidence of Sylveon appearing in the code, although it was unclear whether or not it was a playable character or a mob. Finally, some mined emotes and stickers from the game files show off Eevee and Sylveon alongside other playable characters, and Corphish, a mob, so it seems pretty likely that this evolution will make an appearance, at least in some fashion. That being said, lots of things in data mines often go unused, so don't take this as a guarantee just yet. Next up is Greedent, who is a good bit less confirmed. The Sylveon moveset leak also contained a moveset for Greedent, that being Thief, Covet, Gyro Ball, Defense Curl, Stuffed Cheeks, and Belly Drum. However, unlike with Sylveon, Cerebi did not find any mentions of Greedent in the Japanese data. Greedent apparently appeared alongside other mobs from an earlier beta, so it's not entirely clear on what role, if any, it will play. Unlike every other Pokemon thus far, Greedent doesn't have any visual leaks to accompany it either, only text, so things are a lot more up in the air with this one. The next leak we have is for Nidoking. This one follows a similar format to the previous two, but has even less information. This one seems to have been garbled via some questionable crediting on Twitter, but after doing a bit more digging, it seems like the original poster of this data mine has said that Nidoking has mob code rather than playable code, and included a list of supposed neutral Pokemon in the code from several betas ago. This mine includes mob data for Venomoth, Alolan Persian, Abra, Electrode, Ledian, Articuno, Sunflora, Carnivine, Galvantula, Toxapex, Araquanid, Beware, Pyukumuku, Frosmoth, and Dreadnought. We've since seen many of these Pokemon appear as mobs on the various maps, so this has stood the test of time so far. While nothing here is confirmed, there's a good chance that the Pokemon I just listed will not be playable, assuming nothing changes. Big F in chat for all my Add Pyukumuku brothers and sisters out there. That being said, various Pokemon from other leaks, specifically Blissey, Sylveon, and Greedent, have all also had mob code at one point or another, so perhaps not all hope is lost. However, given the fate of Venomoth, Persian, Abra, Electrode, Ledian, Sunflora, Araquanid, and Dreadnought, it's probably best not to get your hopes up for any of these Pokemon joining the fray anytime soon. The final leak I will be discussing is for Marshadow. This is one that has gotten some attention from YouTubers far more popular than I, and has been making the rounds as a big old piece of misinformation. I myself got roped onto the hype train for this one because Marshadow and Unite is a really cool and really great idea that I desperately want to happen. The Marshadow leak has been floating around for some time, but has never been much more than unsubstantiated hearsay. Some folks say there are images of it from early footage, but that doesn't seem to be true. Others claim that the moveset was data mined, but this has also been debunked by the original posters of the data mine leaks for the other Pokemon. Based on my understanding, a member of the community claimed to have some inside information on Unite. They made a fair number of calls, some correct, such as the date of the March beta start, and some incorrect, such as a Switch beta that would be running in May. This person also claimed to have insider info on a Pokemon that was still so buggy it had not been in any beta, Marshadow. This information was then put together in a video made by another member of that particular server, and has since spiraled out of control, jumping from person to person as information gets garbled and people start believing that the Marshadow rumor has any evidence. The truth is, it does not. It's based on the reputability of a text leak made by a leaker who has gotten things both right and wrong. Take that as you will. Not to get too much into this, but I do also want to mention that my experience with this particular leaker has been that they get frustrated when their leak isn't credited to them due to the missed opportunity of internet fame. My personal experience with legitimate leaks is that the leakers generally don't want to be credited for the information, as it increases the chances that the person giving out classified information will get caught. So that's something to consider as well. Moving into the actual moveset presented by the user though, we can already clearly see some issues. First of all, Marshadow's ability is Spectral. Marshadow's actual ability is Technician, and Spectral isn't an ability in Pokemon at all. Every other Pokemon in the game has always had a legitimate ability that they can naturally have, and that's because the Pokemon Company International is very protective of their IPs. We've seen time and time again in various other spin-off games, notably Pokemon Go, where Pokemon movesets have been restricted based on things they can actually learn in the games, since they can be transferred over to home. Obviously that doesn't apply to Unite, but since a pattern's been followed so far, the ability Spectral certainly raises a bit of suspicion. Beyond that, we also see Marshadow getting Takedown, a move it cannot learn. Every other Pokemon in the game only gets moves they can learn, so again, a little bit suspicious. Now, anything's possible. Maybe these were placeholders, or mistranslations, or anything really, and maybe someday Marshadow will be playable. If so, I cannot wait. But based on inconsistencies with this particular rumor, its origin, and the complete lack of evidence to support it, I think this is one rumor that snowballed a bit too hard. After a long game of telephone that obfuscated the actual information and source, the Marshadow leak is being given the same treatment as those that have actual in-game evidence supporting them. Whether or not this leak is real, it should be considered with a healthy amount of skepticism given the facts. And that is all the major leaks I've been able to find. I hope I covered all these rumors in enough detail and didn't get anything wrong, but hey, nobody's nerfed, so if you have some evidence that I didn't touch on, let me know down below. I know I wrecked some of y'all's dreams today because I know I wrecked some of mine doing the research for this video, and I'm sorry for that, but hopefully this concise look at the facts will help you determine what you choose to believe about Unite's upcoming roster. Either way, I'm really looking forward to this game and plan on doing more content for it in the future. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a sub and a like, and if you'd like to see the beginner's guide I made with some help from my mobile literate friend, click over here. I look forward to doing more Unite content in the future once the game finally drops, so I've been Technovoid, and I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.